The assassins can be really strong in Guild of Guardian if well used, because with their skill they can jump in the back of your opponent team and kill their carry, like a mage or a ranger. So they give their best in the PvP where you face other players. Although for being really effective they got abused well, so the assassins can be really strong. But what are the best ones in the game? Well, in today's video I will show you the best 5 assassins in Guild of Guardians, and I will even give away one of them. If you want to enter inside the giveaway and win a free guardian, it's super easy, just drop a like, a comment and activate the notification bell so that you will not miss my future videos and giveaways. And now let's jump into the 5 best assassins in Guild of Guardian. So let's start from the bottom of our top 5 assassins in Guild of Guardian, and there is Ashwin. That is actually a free-to-play player, totally for free inside the game, because it's from the core 1 set and it actually pushes a solid amount of damage. This is why it's in the top 5, so there are better assassins than him, but all the other will cost a bit or even more. When instead he is totally free if you find him inside the game, and the seal can push a lot of damage if leveled up and with a good gear. So let's go check though his skills. So the first skill is Rogue's Rampage. Ashwin will hit the nearest enemy 6 times, dealing 100% of the attack. So it's literally 600% of the attack, a huge amount of damage because it's 6 times 100%, so really a lot of damage. And with each critical hit it will even increase other hit up to 1 to 12, so essentially the more times he crit, the more attack he continue to give. Ashwin is even immune while doing this. The only bad thing about this ulti is that it's single target, but still 600% of attack or even more if you hit some critical, and still you are targeting there most of the times the carries, because Ashwin will jump in the back of the team, so even if it's just the nearest enemy, it's not as bad because most of the time it will not be a tank, but actually it will be like a carry, so you are really happy to do 600% of damage or more into a carry, because if you kill their mage or even ranger, you will most likely win the game. The second skill is Blitz, and Ashwin will charge and attack the further enemy, so this is already a way how he teleport in the back of their team, dealing 325% of the attack, so still it scales really well the attack. So I really suggest you to build in all those assassins a lot of attack, because they don't really care if they are squishy, they just got to do their job, so jump in the back, kill their carries. 325% of the attack as physical damage, and even increase the Ashwin crit chance of 25% for 5 seconds. So even the second part of the effect is actually pretty good, because having a 25% of critical chance on an assassin is really good. And on Ashwin is even better thanks to his passive that we will check later. The third skill is Menacing Mark. Ashwin will teleport another time behind a frontline, so all the time you just go back in the back row of your opponent team, and will deal 320% of attack as physical damage and even mark them for 6 seconds, and when he attack marked enemies it has other 20% increased crit chance. So with Blitz is already 45, so really a lot of crit chance on Ashwin, that proc perfectly with his passive that is Mortar Levi, where Ashwin recovers 5% of HP every time he performs a critical hit. 1 out of 2 times he will get back almost 10% of health. He has even the Endless Gear, and I really like this one. Essentially every time he utilizes Menacing Mark, the skill, he will even get a shield for 20% of his current HP. I will even give away Ashwin, so if you want to win a Legendary Guardian NFT totally for free, remember to drop a like, comment down below, and even activate the bell for don't miss my future videos and giveaways. In the top 4 we have Duren, that is an Assassin's Umbros from the founder set, and this is actually the only epic that we have inside this list, and this is why he is actually really good. It makes a huge amount of damage and has even some CC that are always good inside Guild of Guardians. So the ultimate is Airborne and is a CC, and you kinda can understand what type of CC is since the name is Airborne. Darren will charge near enemies, sending them into the air and versus other enemies, and all the enemies that are hit by the charge or from the falling enemy will get 240% of damage as physical damage and even suffer dizzy for 2 seconds. That is pretty similar from stun, so is near to a 2-second stun plus 240% of damage as AoE, and is even a CC because still you even send them in the air. So this is actually a really good ulti, but my favorite skill of Darren is weak point, where essentially at the start of the combat he will teleport on the opposite opponent, so literally like if he's on right he will teleport on the left, 330% of the attack as physical damage, so literally a huge amount of damage, and on top of that if the target is a mage, other 150% of the damage. This is literally a crazy amount of damage, and this is the start of the combat. Like if Darren is kinda leveled up and with a good gear, and if he jump on a mage, he can literally one-shot them, and if that is the carry of their team, is pretty much over. So this is why I really love this skill. And on top of that, there is even the endless gear, where essentially weak point will even lower the 30% less attack for 6 seconds. So even if they stay alive, they will make 1/3 of the damage less, even if they are magic, because even the magic proc on attack. So this skill, a huge amount of damage, and even if it stays alive, it even lower their attack. Is really amazing. The passive is Sabotage, where each basic attack has a 30% of chance to cause necrotic for 3 seconds. To be honest, I don't know what necrotic is. I didn't even find it, so I guess it's probably a good thing. I mean, in top 3 we have Yusta, that is a Solas assassin, so the fact that it is Solas, it literally gives a buff even if you have only one in the team, so this is already a really good thing to have in a Guardian. This is really fast with his attacks. The only things that I don't super love is that it's a bit RNG, and this is why it's top 3 and not top 2, and you will even understand what that means. Essentially, like for example, the ultimate, Call the Weak, where Yusta will teleport to the weakest enemy and will strike 3 times, dealing 150% or 180% of attack as physical damage on each hit, so literally each one of the 3 hit, and if one of these attacks kill the target, it will even gain 750 energy. Is really good as ultimate because it's 180 3 times, so it's literally 540 the attack, so really a lot. And if you kill it, you literally almost reuse another ulti, because 750 energy is really a lot. I like this ultimate, even if he's single target, but kinda all the assassins have a single target ulti, but it's a lot of damage and is really fast. You can even utilize other in row if you kill the opponent. The second skill is Shadow Strikes, that is actually where the RNG is, that I don't super love. So essentially Yusta has a 50% of chance to attack once, 30% to attack twice, and 20% to attack 3 times, and each one of those attacks will make 160% of the attack as physical damage, and even will give a combo stack. So this is why I don't super love Yusta, because if you get the 50%, only one attack for 160 is really bad actually, and if you get instead the 20% for 3 attack is really amazing, because it's literally 500% of the attack and you get 3 combo stack that procs even on all the other skills, so would be really good, but still is RNG, and this is why I don't super love this skill. The third skill is Shadow Kicks. Essentially Yusta will attack the nearest enemy once for each combo stack, so another time. It kind of depends everything from how many stack you get from Shadow Strikes, and even there up to 3 times, so at the best 3 times if you got this 20%, dealing 190 attack as physical damage, and will even consume the combo stack. So another time is literally like this skill, just with more damage, but you don't apply combo there. It just kind of depends if you roll there. That's what I don't love of this, and this is why it's third, because it's still better in my opinion than Duran and Ashwin, but is worst of other assassins. The last skill is a passive, and this elegant posture, where Yusta has a 20% of chance to gain a 3-second evasion stack when attacking an enemy, and will even refresh existing stacks. Each evasion stack will increase Yusta dodge by 16% up to 5 stack. He will just attack, the more he attack, the more he dodge. Nothing crazy though, but still is pretty solid. But since we don't love the RNG, let's jump to the second, the top 2 inside these top assassins in Guild of Guardian, and that is Juno. That is an assassin from Terra. Even this one is an early adopter, so is support Guardian like Yusta, and is probably the biggest damage dealer in a Terra team, so if you are building a Terra team, you for sure want Juno inside it. An amazing assassin. She makes the majority of her damage through the poisons, like a lot of other Terra, that they can even interact with each other, so it's really good. So the ultimate is Toxic Strikes, where essentially she will strike the enemy twice for 90% of the attack as physical damage, then after the 2 first attack she will even perform a final strike, dealing 210% of the damage, and each one of those hits will even add a stack of toxin. Each stack of toxin will deal 50% of attack as physical damage every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. Guys, if you start to sum up all those numbers, it literally just makes a huge amount of damage, because it's 92 times 280 plus 150, so already 330, plus all those poison stack that you get on each attack. So this ultimate is, to be honest, really amazing. The only problem, as all the other assassins ulti, if not from the last assassins that we will see, is that all of them are single target. So if they target a carry, is really good, but if they target a tank, is kinda wasted. The second skill is First Blood, where Juno will start the combat by teleporting to the most powerful enemy, making 280% of the attack as physical damage that even crits and cause even a knockback, and will even mark them. Juno can only utilize this skill again after the marked target dies. So this skill is really amazing as well. It's literally what you want from an assassin, because she will literally jump in their carry because it's the most powerful enemy, making a huge amount of damage, even crit, causing knockback. The only bad thing is the last part, so essentially she will not utilize this skill as long as that enemy stay alive. But the nice thing is that probably that enemy will not stay alive a lot, since they have Juno on it that is making a huge amount of damage. So yeah, it's really a good skill. The third skill instead is Envenomate, where Juno strike an enemy 4 times rapidly. Each hit will make 100% of the attack as physical damage and will apply a stack of poison. So a lot of stack of poison, and another time the poison make 50% of the attack every 2 seconds for 30 seconds. So this a huge amount of damage. Is literally 400% of the attack plus 4 stack of poison. That's so much. That's literally a crazy amount of damage, and this is why Juno is top 2. The last skill is a passive, and this Toxic Yield, where essentially Juno basic attack will deal an extra 3% of the target max HP for every stack of toxin, and even recover 6 energy for each stack of poison. So this is super good because it makes a lot faster all the skill of Juno, and even make her a lot better versus the tank, because versus the tank you still make 3% of their max HP, that is actually really a lot versus the tank, for each stack of poison. So this makes her literally the second best assassin in Guild of Guardian, and this is just because at the first spot we have who if not Salve, that is an assassin from Umbrus, and is Gen 1, so you will even be able to get him for free inside the game. And the fact that the best assassin in the game is possible to get for free is already mind-blowing. So is literally everything you want from an assassin. Even the art, like, see, is literally an assassin, you can tell that, and all the skills are really amazing. So let's start from the ultimate that is super good, and is an AoE, and is Shadow Step. Will throw his weapon literally as a blade, so it can actually target multiple people, making 360% of the attack as damage, so really a lot of damage, and he will even teleport to the enemy. Is a lot of damage, is AoE, and this is why I love Salve, because it's literally the only assassin essentially that has an AoE ultimate and make a lot of damage, and on top of that it will even teleport on the enemy. That is always a good thing to have on an assassin. The second skill is Silent Strike, where essentially Salve will teleport behind the enemy with the lowest HP, dealing 325 of the attack as physical damage, and it will even increase his attack speed for 50% for 5 seconds. Already the second part of this skill is amazing to have on an assassin, because 50% of the attack speed, it means a lot of damage more. Even the other part is amazing because you teleport on the lowest HP, making 325. This means that most of the time you will kill that Guardian, and this is a really good thing, because a lot of time a lot of Guardian remain with like a bit of health, but they don't get killed, and they still continue to bring damage to your opponent team. And with this skill that will not happen, because literally Salve will just teleport on them and one shot. The third skill is Subtle Swap. Essentially Salve will swap places with an enemy. The swapped enemy even take an additional 75% of the damage for 10 seconds. Another amazing skill. So the good thing about this skill are two. First one, if you get their carry, it literally gets one-shotted and you pretty much win the game because you killed their carry. And if you get their tank, is still really good because that tank will die really fast because the damage they take is increased of 75% and not just from salve but literally from all your team. And that is really good because after you kill a tank, it's a lot faster to kill all your opponent team. And now let's go to the passive that is not worse than the other skill. Actually, it's probably even the best one. So the passive of salve is Soul's Spite. Essentially, after he dies, he will keep fighting with even increased attack speed of 90%. That's crazy. It's literally almost the double of the attack speed. And on top of that, he is even immune to the damage, but lose 5% every second. And when he reach 0, he will die. Essentially, he will last for 20 seconds. After he die, he continue to fight with the double of the speed for other 20 seconds. That are literally a crazy amount of time in Guild of Guardians. And if 4 out of 4 skill really good were not enough, he has even a really good endless gear that will make Salve recover 20% of his HP every time he ultimate. You will probably ultimate 2-3 times in a fight, and this means 40%, 60% of HP restored. Every skill is amazing, the endless gear is amazing, and this is why Salve is the best assassin in Guild of Guardians. If you liked this video about the best assassins, you will for sure enjoy even this video about the best rangers in Guild of Guardians. Or try to check this playlist with all the best guardians in each role. And I guess see you to the next video.